All about getting the title. She's done that now. Now she's just stuck with this depressed ginger who has absolutely no family, no friends, and no money. This was not hashtag part of the plan. So what is she supposed to do now? Now, if she's smart, and she is that.
Yeah, Harry is still around, and Meghan don't care. She don't care. Like, it's all about Meghan, and she's going to keep doing. I mean, she flirts openly with other men. Like, I remember when she was at that tennis match,
Enough
and she was
for Meghan, and it won't be enough for Harry. And she will just go off, and then next.
Harry thought he had given up royal duty for love, but Meghan clearly showed that ambition always comes first by announcing that her next target is a billionaire, making it painfully obvious that her prince was never the real prize. Harry thought he had given up royal duty for love, but Meghan clearly showed that ambition always comes first by announcing that her next target is a billionaire, making it painfully obvious that her prince was never the real prize. Harry thought he had given up royal duty for love, but Meghan clearly showed that ambition always comes first by announcing that her next target is a billionaire, making it painfully obvious that her prince was never the real prize. Harry thought he had given up royal duty for love, but Meghan clearly showed that ambition always comes first by announcing that her next target is a billionaire, making it painfully obvious that her prince was never the real prize.
Style that she wants. I personally think, and I'd love to get your take on this, I think Meghan would leave Harry in a second if a billionaire would scoop her up. I think she'd be in.
Meghan never imagined being stuck with what critics jokingly call a sad ginger with no family, no friends, and no real money. The fairy tale castle is gone, the glamorous jet-set royal life vanished, and now she's in Montecito selling jars of jam while hoping Netflix doesn't abandon her.
Has revealed that Meghan Markle plans to leave Prince Harry to become a billionaire and run for the governor of California. Now, I know
this wasn't part of her plan. Meghan aimed for world domination, not selling dog biscuits, and now, stuck with Harry, a man stripped of his royal duties, cut off from his family, and far less wealthy than she expected. She's realizing she hit the wrong jackpot. You think?
I completely agree. And by the way, she's already gotten the benefit of her bargain with Harry because she got the title. That's what she wanted. She wanted to be world famous. She wanted the title. You remember when Harry was single, he was the elephant. He was the one, the most.
Megyn Kelly bluntly said what everyone was thinking. Meghan believed she was marrying a billionaire, but instead got a man worth only a few million, mere pocket change in LA's elite circles, and Kelly's verdict was clear. If Elon Musk called tomorrow, Meghan would be in divorce court by Friday.
Paul Burrell says here in this new interview with the Daily Mail, who have been serializing his book, by the way, which is why he sat down with them, matches.
Meghan is disappointed. The Netflix deals and Spotify contracts that were supposed to grow into a Kardashian-style empire are instead fading or already dead, leaving her reportedly frustrated, restless, and completely focused on boosting herself at any cost.
You could be a royal, you could become world famous overnight, you could live in a castle, you could have access to the crown jewels.
Kelly didn't hold back, calling Meghan a wannabe duchess and mocking Harry as the Duke of Waffle House, nicknames that set Twitter on fire, but the core of Kelly's point was harsh. Meghan's ambition is obvious. She already has her title, fame, and Netflix red carpets. Yet she's aiming for the next level, and Harry can't take her there.
PR horse, because like his prior girlfriends broke up with him, at least the last two reportedly, because they did not want this lifestyle. They actually didn't want to be famous. They wanted like a normal life where they could just fall in love for real and raise a family. But this woman is nothing but a publicist.
Billionaires aren't looking for a 45-year-old duchess with a history of broken relationships and baggage. Meghan has already gotten all she could from her deal with Harry, and now he's just dead weight, a savage observation that resonates because it perfectly reflects how critics see her marriage: transactional, strategic, and designed for an exit.
Which came together in the marriage of Harry and Meghan. There's a fault line down the middle of it. And I feel that will crack one day.
Those women didn't want endless media scrutiny or constant royal obligations. They wanted love, privacy, and normalcy, which Harry could have had until Meghan came along, seeking the opposite: fame, visibility, and a global stage. And for a while, she got exactly what she wanted.
The guy, She will take her royal kids, who can still go by prince and princess, and find the billionaire, like you say, who actually will just keep her in the manner to which she'd like to become accustomed. But as you point out, it gets trickier because these billionaires can sense one thing: when you're not looking for.
But now the glow of being the royal couple has faded. Harry is no longer a bachelor heartthrob, but a husband caught in lawsuits, family feuds, and PR disasters, and instead of the dashing prince who could offer a castle and a crown, he's become the man critics say is twiddling his thumbs in Montecito.
When it comes to politics, they haven't gone away. And yes, right now her popularity is rock bottom, but she's seen people turn it around. The first thing you need in American politics is...
Meghan's eyes are firmly set on the next level, billionaire status, because millions aren't enough anymore. Harry can provide security, but not the luxury lifestyle she dreams of. And to her critics, she's calculating that the only way forward is to trade up.
How she can get around this P-Diner with Harry, because let's be honest, we know Harry is not the smartest.
The gamble is that even if she doesn't land a billionaire, Meghan is sending Harry a clear message that she has options, a power play that leaves him constantly on edge, wondering if every party invite is just a scouting mission for her next upgrade. And if that's the case, it's brutal, because with Meghan's step up or step out mindset, Harry may already be a placeholder, not a true partner.
And Paul Burrell is also right to say that Meghan is always looking for the next thing. Harry is not going to make her a billionaire. Prince Harry will not make Meghan Markle a billionaire. She wants to be a billionaire if it's the last thing she does. Those marmalade, hot.
But here's the problem. Billionaires can sense desperation, and they don't want someone chasing financial solutions. They want a partner who fits seamlessly into their empire, someone who enhances their brand instead of draining it. And Meghan's record, failed ventures, PR disasters, and a reputation for toxicity is far from billionaire bait. Plus, she takes flack with Harry for her messaging around conservation and being eco-friendly, so she just wants to avoid backlash and financial stress. Yet she keeps trying, with whispers saying she openly flirts at events, cozying up to powerful men in tech and entertainment, like when she was spotted at a tennis match talking to Serena Williams' husband, which critics say wasn't just friendly. And then there are the networking dinners in LA, where Meghan positions herself near industry titans, hoping to spark connection.
Yeah, of course I'm meeting up with X, because we need to talk business, we need money, we've got this lifestyle, we need these private jets.
Paul Burrell, Princess Diana's former confidant who knows Harry better than most, is dropping bombs, claiming that Meghan's next move is clear: ditch Harry, marry a billionaire, and run for governor of California. Yes, really.
She gets a lot of flack with Harry because of the messaging around conservation and trying to be eco-friendly and all of that. So she just wants to not have to worry about the backlash, worry about paying for the next.
Burrell believes Meghan always had bigger plans than marriage. She wanted the title, the fame, and the global platform. But once she saw that Catherine would always outshine her in the royal hierarchy, she pivoted, realizing Harry wasn't enough. Millions weren't enough, and now she wants billions in power.
Talking about her taking a private jet, she wants to be open with her luxury of doing whatever she wants to do.
Burrell thinks Harry was manipulated from the start, believing that when Meghan whispered, "We can change the world," Harry didn't hear her. He heard his mother projecting his need for Diana's love onto Meghan, which made him an easy target she exploited. And now she's looking to be with a billionaire because Harry can't give her what she wants anymore. He served his purpose, and while savage, this explains why Harry seems stunned, confused, and constantly defensive. He thought he found a soulmate, but critics claim Meghan found a stepping stone, leaving Harry behind while she chases politics, billionaires, or both. And the irony is that he traded his royal life for a woman who, according to Burrell, may soon trade him for something shinier.
Seeking, because that's her mindset. Her mindset wants to put her in the lap of luxury. It doesn't care. She doesn't care about.
Remember when Netflix came in with that $100 million deal and everyone thought Harry and Meghan had hit the post-royal jackpot? Well, it turns out it wasn't a golden parachute, it seemed, because according to Kelly and other commentators, the deal is more PR window dressing than actual cash in the bank.
Or what, the brand that they were trying to build together. It's all about the
The supposed second season of Meghan's show, already filmed when the first aired, was more of a clever spin than new content, And those whispers about jam and jelly sales are cute, but hardly billionaire material, with critics saying her ventures have become laughable, empty projects meant to keep her name in the headlines, not money in her bank account.
Her husband will afford her things that she can't have with someone like Harry. So it just makes...
Even worse, Netflix isn't fooled, with reports claiming the company sees the Sussexes as too toxic for long-term investment. Their brand carrying built-in backlash, where every move sparks controversy. And controversy isn't always profitable. So if you're Netflix, you don't want to bankroll scandals.
Be with a billionaire. Harry just can't give her anything else anymore. He served his purpose.
Here's where things get harsher. Meghan isn't just struggling to stay relevant. She's facing a reputation problem that won't go away. And in Hollywood, the word on the street is that she's considered too toxic to touch.
For her, it's time to move on. Absolutely. And we'll be seeing that too. Watch.
Indeed. And the problem is, of course, P. Dinah, that as Megyn Kelly then goes to point out, the finance...
Think about it. A-listers who once supported her, the Obamas, Oprah, Mindy Kaling, have drifted away, and even Netflix insiders admit the partnership is passive at best. They don't want to cut her off completely, but they're not exactly offering billion-dollar opportunities either.
Increasingly rocky. And what Megyn Kelly honed in on, and I think this was incredibly smart, was this idea that actually
every Meghan project becomes a lightning rod. Instead of boosting brands, she drags them into drama, from accusations of bullying palace staff to Pineapple Gate, drawing attention for all the wrong reasons, which is poison for corporations concerned about their bottom line.
Real. Like, it's there for PR, it's there because it's face-saving for Meghan Markle, but...
And the cruelest irony is that Meghan thinks she's winning, framing every deal as proof she's building an empire, while the public sees a duchess hustling with influencer-style branding, desperately trying to stay relevant, with the gap between her image and reality growing wider every day.
I truly believe that when he met Meghan, she whispered into his ear. A 36-year-old mature woman whispered into his ear, "Harry, you and I could change the world." And I don't...
For billionaires, that's a red flag. They don't want controversy or a partner who divides opinion. They want glamour without baggage, and Meghan brings plenty of it. So while she may think she's circling the billionaire pool, the truth is the big sharks aren't biting.
Meghan's voice. I think he heard his mother's voice. And that's what he was searching for. He was searching for the love which he had with his mother.
Meghan's own inner circle is starting to turn on her, with sources telling the Daily Mail's Kennedy that she hasn't changed at all, still chasing influencer fame, desperate for TV deals, and completely focused on herself. In Campbell, another regular with us on Outspoken, says she can't stand him and doesn't believe much of what he wrote in his book, delivering a damning line that makes it glaringly obvious she doesn't get it, and that's not coming from critics or tabloids, but from people who know her personally. And when your closest allies start leaking, it means you've lost control of the narrative.
Particularly sad is the fact that Meghan Markle knew that, and she manipulated him because of that. Then, when she got everything that she wanted, right?
It's the validation Meghan's critics have been waiting for. For years, they said she was fame-hungry, transactional, and manipulative, and now insiders are confirming it as her carefully crafted image cracks, revealing the same Hollywood actress who had Harry on her vision board as a teenager.
Wanted. Within the royal family, she realized, oh, holy shit, no. Catherine's the biggest star. Catherine's gonna be queen. I can't deal.
And that's the real humiliation. Meghan hasn't evolved, hasn't leveled up, and hasn't become the global powerhouse she aimed to be. She's still hustling like an Instagram influencer, only now the stakes are higher, the failures more public, and the backlash much harsher.
Worst of the two evils.
To Lauren Lunn Farrow now, behind the brilliant new...
For Harry, this is devastating. His wife isn't just losing public favor, she's losing her own team. And once insiders start speaking out, the world stops seeing her as a misunderstood victim and begins to see her exactly as they always suspected. The problem.
Farrow Media, where she exposes what really goes on in the mainstream media, including in the royal family. So Paul Burrell is an interesting character in a lot of ways, Lauren, and he...
So, where does this leave the Sussex saga? In one word, unstable, as Meghan's critics are convinced she won't stay. Millions won't satisfy her, jam and jelly won't satisfy her, Netflix won't satisfy her, and her eyes are fixed on the billionaire prize, with Harry serving as nothing more than an outdated stepping stone.
Campbell, who's another regular with us here on Outspoken, she can't stand him. She doesn't believe a lot of what he's written in his book, and we're going to go...
But here's the twist. Billionaires aren't buying what she's selling. Too much baggage, too much drama, and too much toxicity, as Meghan may dream of being Jackie O 2.0, but Jackie had class, sympathy, and tragedy. While Meghan has pineapple tutorials and PR nightmares.
To call some of this out. But when it comes to his reporting and his intelligence on Meghan Markle...
If she can't land a billionaire, what's next? More half-baked ventures, a run for office, or clinging to Harry, using his princely status until there's nothing left. And I think he's right about Meghan in politics. She could do well because she's disingenuous. And one thing is certain, Meghan will keep trying, driven by ambition, no matter how embarrassing the attempts. While Harry is left stunned, stuck in a California mansion, watching his wife scheme for a future that may not include him. And it won't be enough for Meghan or for Harry, because her next step is a billionaire. And whether she succeeds or crashes spectacularly, one thing is clear: this drama is far from over.